Putin is a busy man, what with all the shirtless horseback riding, tiger hunting, hang gliding, running a country that is the chief provider of chemical weapons to Bashar al-Assad's government. The guy has a pretty full schedule. So where does he find the time to write an op-ed in the New York Times? And more importantly, what's his angle? To talk about the motivations of the Russian president in Syria? We're joined now by Julia Ioffe, senior editor for The New Republic. She was a Moscow-based reporter for multiple news outlets and is an expert we rely upon a lot on the lead. Thanks for joining us. So give us some insight into what Vladimir Putin actually believed in the op-ed he wrote and in this proposal he's kind of pushing versus what is just mischief.
So this is a classic Russian tactic. You muddy the waters, make the water churn a little bit, and it hides the fact that, for example, it doesn't really make sense that if you, even in the op-ed, deny that Assad used chemical weapons on his people, but suddenly we're interested in having him give up his chemical weapons.
Right,
why are we doing that?
Exactly.
But I think what he believes, and he's believed it the whole time, a cornerstone of his presidency has been to, as he calls it, raise Russia up off its knees. He believes Russia was humiliated in the 90s at the end of the Cold War, humiliated by America. And this is Russia standing up to America. He's also obsessed with not having a unipolar world, not having America call all the shots across the globe. And that he's taken the steering wheel on this. Obama hasn't been able to do it. He just took the steering wheel and said, look, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to fix this in a way that you can't. Americans just want to bomb things, but I'm the purveyor of peace.
You're suggesting he wants to show the president up. So how do you see this playing out?
Well, look, I don't agree with Jay Carney when he said that Putin is putting his prestige and his credibility at stake. That's not true.
You mean it's spin?
No, I think, look, what's happening is...
Prestige where?
Go on, Joe.
Yeah, but if the proposal fails, it's no skin off Putin's back, because he can say, look, I tried something. I tried a real diplomatic solution. I was able to bring both sides to the table. You know, if they couldn't close the deal, I mean, he'll likely blame it on the Americans and say, I tried. The Americans just want to bomb things. Americans are always the aggressor. I mean, the 98 intervention in Kosovo is still a sore subject in Russia, as is Iraq, Afghanistan. And this is a trope, that America is the aggressor and Russia is the one who is the mature adult in the room that tries for diplomacy.
So it seemed like an amazingly American political move to kind of write the op-ed. We've all seen presidential candidates do this on big issues, my op-ed, this is what I believe, because they don't have to be interviewed by people like us, right? So you just write it, you get it out there. And that he understood that public opinion is with him on this in this country, not about Assad, but about any kind of intervention, and that he seemed to be kind of sly about that. Maybe it was his PR handlers in America, but what's your sense of how he understands American politics?
I was told that. You don't believe that?
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry, what PR agency is going to say, you know what, we wrote it for him?
No, I agree.
Oh, the president wrote this speech,
I agree.
right?
I'm not saying that I believe it. I'm just saying I was told that he wrote it.
The Brooklyn Bridge is under here.
But listen, it is incredibly savvy, because, as you know, going through paragraph by paragraph, he's just constantly poking his finger at the American people.
But is he smart that way about American politics?
He's very smart. He's a very smart,
That's
very
all I meant.
clever guy.
I mean, he is savvy about
But let me
this stuff.
tell you about the PR angle. This is one of my favorite bits of trivia in all this. This was planted by Ketchum in the New York Times. Ketchum has been working for Vladimir Putin for a long time, even when he was technically the prime minister and was in a different building across town, Moscow. The people who worked at Ketchum for him here in New York and in D.C. were so frustrated, because they would, spend time putting together plans, and they would make a recommendation, and the Russians would be like, and would do whatever the hell they wanted anyway.
Right.
And one guy I knew who was handling the Ketchum account for Putin, was so frustrated with this that he decided to take it easy and work for the health insurance industry in 2010.
But you don't think, all I mean about
the
op-ed thing, I don't think an American PR firm would have recommended that be the op-ed that he puts in the New York Times.
I think he has his own people write it.
Right.
And this is a Putin tactic. When he ran for president in 2012,
I enjoyed the air quotes. Thank you.
Here all night.
Play air guitar.
Sponsored by Amnesty International.
So his presidential campaign was just a series of editorials, one in each Russian newspaper. That was.
We get that too, by the way. Okay.
But that was. He didn't do anything else. He skipped debates. He
So I
sent
guess
a
this
graduate
is his thing,
student.
writing
Yeah.
editorials. This is his MO.
Really,
you know.
but this one was a good one for him. Usually they were really, really boring and dry and really long. This one was good.
You know what really strikes me is, obviously, as you said, a big part of this, what drives him is to return Russia to the days of glory and so forth. And just covering George W. Bush, as I know
And to
we all
make him,
did.
and to make
Yeah.
him an equal partner, that people have to come to him, that people have to reckon with
Exactly.
him.
What I was just going to say is that I mean, Obama's not the only one to deal with this. Bush did. I know he used to read books to try to, about the czars and understand him better. And then, of course, it's sort of the machismo thing. I mean, that's a big part of it. You showed the picture of the shirtless
Oh,
guy.
show it again.
Just for ratings.
Yeah.
Just the cheap
No,
ratings
but
for it.
this
Right.
isn't that a big part of it as well?
Well, that's for domestic consumption. So when the Russians say, for example, that they're going to send their own parliamentary delegation to our Congress to lobby Congress not to strike Syria, that's not. I mean, they knew they were going to that Congress was going to say no. That was for domestic consumption, so that people see again Russia being a big boy sitting at the big boys table,
And
that people have to reckon with them.
And the conversation becomes about the post-American world.
That's right.
More air quotes.
But here's the question.
But-
Does he actually want there to be a solution to this problem, or is he just muddying the waters?
I don't think he really cares.
He doesn't care.
I mean, I
So
think
if Lavrov and Kerry come up with something, fine, but it doesn't matter. He's brought them to the table. He's not
And
actually trying to get a Nobel
And
Prize.
he's not, and he's not going to get one. But he's also he's
Arafat
bought
got one.
Assad. He's bought Assad a ton of time, and now he's gotten Obama to put aside what was one of the goals of military strikes was to get Assad from power. Now we've given up on that. Now we're just talking about this one
For now.
detail of chemical
It's gonna
weapons.
change in, like, I don't know.
And
Yeah.
does he actually think that those photos are macho?
Yes. Yes.
He thinks that makes him look good.
That's right. And most people in Russia, if you look at his electorate, it's women over 50.
Do we do air quotes? His electorate?
His electorate, but they're actually chubby women over 50, and they think it's very
Can we
manly.
let the American public know that's not a good look for men?
Uh,
Jake,
Well, that's just-
FYI.
He doesn't
It's
even
a-
have to wax.
Actually, a lovely moment to end the conversation.